Hey everybody, hope you're all doing good and hope you're all safe. So, welcome to Oliveboard's 50 most important questions for the economic series, which can help your SEBI Grade A and also RBI Grade B preparation. So, we have started this series from yesterday, and this is going to continue for this week, where we'll be targeting the 50 most important questions, which will act as a revision for your economic section, right? So, let's begin the lecture very quickly. If you can hit a thumbs up or say yes in the comment section, I think it's good to begin the class. So quickly, please let me know if my voice is audible and we are good to begin. Yes, good evening, Aniket. So hope the voice is clear and everything fine. Yes, done. So I'm back with my quote, focusing on one of the important aspects of success, and this is, I think, an elaborate view of how we need to look at success. We would have heard about lots of definitions of success, and I think this is one of the comprehensive definitions I have ever heard, and I definitely want to share this with all of you. So this is told by Mr. Ralph Waldo Emerson, and he says, "To love often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and affection of the children, to earn the appreciation of the honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition, to know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded." And it's such a beautiful way of putting success, and I hope this brings that necessary clarity in all of us, that we know what is actually to be succeeded, right? So let's begin the class. I want every one of you to make a note of the upcoming events with Olive Board, which can help your preparation for both SEBI Grade examination and also RBA Grade B. For SEBI Grade A, as I told, this is the revision series, which is continuing from Monday to Thursday at 6 p.m. And this is for the economic section. The same has been done earlier for management, finance, and also for Companies Act. And we also have a current affairs lecture series for RBA Grade B Phase 2 every Tuesday, 7 p.m. And also we have the current affairs lecture series for SEBI Grade A Phase 1 every Wednesday at 7 p.m. And today also we'll be having the same at 7. And we also have the government schemes lecture series for RBI Grade B Phase 2 every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. And you will find the links for all of these in the description box. So I want to begin the class with whatever questions I've asked you in the exercise section yesterday. So the first question that I asked was this: in short run production function, which of the following factors of production are constant? The answer here is C, capital. So in short run production function, capital is going to remain constant. So what is a production function? It is a function which is going to give us the relationship between the input and the output. So it is going to take the factors of production or the resources a firm has as an input, and how much is the input and the output interlinked. What is the dependency between both of them is captured through the production function. So production function can be of two types. One is short run and other is the long run. In short run production function, the focus is not on the time. The focus here is on to what extent the variable factors are, right? So to what extent the factors of production are varied, at least keeping one of the factor of production constant. So in short run production function, you need to understand that all the other factors of production except one factor of production is going to be changing. So what is that one factor of production that is remained constant? As I told, it's going to have capital constant in a short run production function. But when you take the case of the long run production function, you will see that all the factors of the production are varied. So including the four: land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship, right? All the four will be varied in the long run production function. So this is the answer for the first question. Next one, which of the following are the features of the perfect market? So I'm sure this is a very simple question. All of these are the features of a perfect market: having large number of sellers and buyers, presence of homogeneous commodities. What are homogeneous commodities? Nothing but a commodity, for example, if one commodity is being produced, wherever you buy it by a single producer, you will get it at mostly the same cost, right? And then we have the free entry and exit. That is also one of the important features of a perfect market. Then we have low transportation cost, also as one of the features of the perfect market. All of them are going to talk about a perfect marketplace. Next question was about the Cornet model, cartel model, and price leadership. Are the type of which of the following markets? So this was also one of the questions that we have asked in the um, series yesterday. So the answer for this question is it is oligopoly, right? So the answer is option C. So these are all talking about different types of oligopoly model. And what is oligopoly? It is nothing but a marketplace where there is a competition among the few, right? Oligopoly can simply be described as this: a marketplace where the competition among the few exists. And there are different types of oligopoly, as you're seeing here. One is the Cornet model, where you see the prediction of price is based on the reaction based on the competitors. So a Cornet model is one where the price is going to be depend on the reaction of the competitors. And then you have the cartel model, where there are two or more firms collaborating or entering into an agreement so that they can pursue common interests. For example, you have international organizations which pursue common interests. Like if you take the case of OPEC, right? Organization of petroleum exporting countries. They have formed this partnership so that they can export the petroleum, isn't it? So it's a collaboration. This is what the cartel model talks about. And then we have the price leadership model, which is more similar to the cartel model, except that in price leadership, one of the firms which are forming the agreement will take a leadership in price, right? And that is the price leadership model. All of these are talking about oligopoly, that is competition among the few. So, and also, I just want to quickly take up the doubts that was asked in the previous video. One of the thing which I found relevant was about how is indifference curve not a quantitative model. This was covered in the last video where I asked which of the following models is not a quantitative model of consumer demand. So let me quickly give you an idea about the same. So the question here was asking about which of the following was not a quantitative model, and indifference curve is not a quantitative model of taking the consumer behavior or the consumer demand. Why? Because there is another model. Let's take the model which is very famous for measuring the consumer demand, and that is the law of diminishing marginal utility. Whereas in this model, you will see that every good the demand for every good is going to be measured by its utility, and the satisfaction for every good by purchasing every good is going to be measured in terms of utility. That is what is captured in the law of diminishing marginal utility. And this model says that beyond a particular level of consumption, the utility that the consumer is going to derive from every additional unit of the good is going to be less, right? So what are they saying? Initially, whenever you're purchasing, say, a good of one quantity, it's going to give you a lot of satisfaction. You are increasing the quantity of the good to 5, it's going to increase your satisfaction. You're going to increase the number of units to 10, it's still going to increase your satisfaction. But beyond a particular point, you will see that if you are adding up the number of units, it is not going to add to your satisfaction, and your satisfaction is going to come down. So here the utility, it is called as a quantitative model because the utility or the satisfaction is measured with the help of quantitative number, right? But in case of the indifference curve, the satisfaction that a consumer holds for a particular good cannot be measured in terms of a number, is what the indifference curve says. So according to the indifference curve, there is no perfect quantity that you can use for measuring a satisfaction of a particular good. Rather, the indifference curve says that it is going to be in relation to one another. You can order your preferences to goods. You can order the preferences, but you cannot exactly say how much you need a particular good, right? Which I explained in the last class also. So hope this is going to give you that clarity about what is why the indifference curve is not a quantitative model. So let's begin today's class. I hope the introduction has been very elaborate, right? So let's take quickly the questions. So which of the following are not included in the calculation of gross domestic product? A, work performed within the family. B, black market. C, transfer payments. D, intermediate goods and services. E, all of the above. Yes, already answers coming up. The answer is E, all of the above. These are all not included in the calculation of gross domestic product. Absolutely correct. So what is GDP? By the name itself, we know that here the focus should be on the domestic, right? Gross domestic product. It is going to talk about all the goods and services that are produced within the domestic territory or within the domestic border. That is the underlying point that we have to know. In gross domestic product, what is most important? All the goods and services that are produced within the territory is taken into account. So what are those not included in the GDP? As you've seen, all those goods that are produced outside our domestic borders are not going to be included in the GDP. Sale of used goods already. These are also not going to be accounted in GDP. Illegal sale of goods and services in the black market will not be accounted in the GDP. Then you have transfer payments that the government makes to the employees. This is also not going to be calculated as a part of the GDP. And any of the intermediate goods that are used to produce the final goods, these are also not included as a part of the GDP, right? So next question, which among the following will be included as a part of the gross national product? A. Profits earned by Y, an Indian company in UK. B. Profits earned by X, a foreign company in India. C. Depreciation. D. ANC. E. BNC. What is the answer? Some of you are giving the answers correctly. Fantastic job. The answer is D, A and C. Very, very good. So, which are included as a part of the gross national product? Here, the key word is national, right? So, all those goods and services which are produced by the Indian nationals will be accounted in the gross national product. Any product that is produced by a foreign company in India will be part of the GDP, right? Because it is the territory that matters in GDP. But in case of the national product, it is Indian national producing goods and services anywhere in the world, be it in India, be it anywhere. Those are going to be accounted, and it also takes into account depreciation, right? So that is GNP. What is GNP? It is referred as the total value of the goods and services produced by the residents and the businesses of a country, irrespective of the location of the production. That is GNP. And it takes into account the investment made by the businesses and residents of the country living both inside and outside, and it does not take into account the incomes earned by the foreign nationals in the country, and also any such products that are produced by the foreign company, right, having manufacturing units in the country. So what is the keyword here? National. Indian nationals producing anywhere, whether within the country or outside, is what GNP is going to capture. And if you are trying to take away depreciation from the gross national product, if you are going to take away depreciation from the gross national product, what is it going to give you? It will give you net national product, right? So if it is inclusive of depreciation, it is going to give you GNP, but if it's minus depreciation, it's going to give you NNP, that is the net national product. So as you see, GDP is talking about the value of national output produced in the country. It includes the income of the foreign multinationals produced in the country, whereas the gross national product is talking about the GDP plus. It is going to include the GDP, but it is going to add net property income from abroad too. But it is going to, in the net income from abroad, it's going to exclude those income earned by the multinational company when the profit is sent back to their countries, right? So that is the difference between GDP and GNP. So quickly, next question, which of the following is considered as the national income? A. GNP at factor cost. B. NNP at factor cost. C. GNP at market price. D. NNP at market price. E. Net NDP at factor cost. What is the answer for this? Yes, some of the answers absolutely correct. B. Net national product at factor cost. So the answer for this question is NNP at factor cost is considered as national income. Remember this, it is net national product at the factor cost, right? So net national product at the factor cost is called as national income. So what is this whole formula talking about? So first, to calculate NNP at the factor cost, you have to exclude the indirect taxes from the market price, because factor cost is only going to include market price without any indirect taxes. So all those things are going to be, as you see here, indirect taxes, when you exclude them, it is going to give you NNP at factor cost, right? And net indirect taxes, as you see here, net indirect taxes will not include subsidies too. So net indirect taxes are nothing but indirect taxes minus subsidies. So in total, you can understand that NNP at factor cost is nothing but NNP at market prices minus indirect taxes plus subsidies, isn't it? So when you substitute net indirect taxes with indirect taxes minus subsidies, what is the formula going to be? You will have NNP at market price minus indirect taxes plus subsidies. So at factor cost, you're going to take in subsidies, but you're going to exclude the indirect taxes. And that is going to give you the entire national income, right? Hope it is clear. So next question is, which of the following are included in the personal income? Personal income. A, social security benefits. A, social security benefits. B, unemployment compensation. C, undistributed corporate profits. D, A and C, E, A and B. So which of the following components are a part of the personal income? Not national income. Please make a note of it. We are talking about the personal income. Some of the answers correct is E, A and B. As you can see, undistributed corporated profits are going to be taken away from the national income when you're going for calculating the personal income. But the social security benefits and the unemployment compensation will be included in the personal income, right? So let's look at what is the formula for calculating the personal income. Personal income is nothing but national income. So in the whole, you have to receive these things. Understand these things. So it is national income plus income earned but not received plus income received but not earned. So here you will see that the undistributed corporate profits in from the national income will be subtracted, whereas the transfer payments are going to be added. So overall, you have to remember that personal income is nothing but national income plus transfer payments. I'm just writing it as TP minus undistributed profits of the corporates. So this is all that the personal income is going to hold, right? Next question, which of the following methods of national income shows unduplicated contribution by each industry to the total output? So there are different ways of calculating the total output, and which method of national income is going to talk about unduplicated contribution of every industry. A, value added method. B, income method. C, expenditure. D, A and B, E, all of the above. So what do you think is the answer for this question? So which method is going to capture the contribution of every industry? So if you look at the question, I think it's going to be very simple. The answer is A. Value added method takes into account the contribution of every industry, right? So there are different ways, as we have seen here. The value added method is just one of the three methods of determining the national income. The other two being the expenditure and the income method. The value added method has got different names. So you can call it by the product method also, and also the output method. And the main objective of the value added method is it's going to take into account the value added to the product at every stage of the production. From the stage, from the beginning stage of the production to the end stage, it's going to capture how much is the value added at every stage. That is the primary idea of the value added method. And in this method, you will see that it is going to arrange the economy into different categories of industries. Each industry contribution is going to be taken and added up in this way of measurement called the value added method, right? In every industry, how much is the value addition made at every stage? That is what is going to be taken forward in this value added method, right? Next question, people demand to hold money balances to take the advantages of future changes in the rate of interest. Let me read this again for you. People demand to hold money balances to take advantages of the future changes in the rate of interest. This is the consideration and under which of the following theories of demand for money. So which theory of demand for money is going to talk about the same? Can I have the answers from every one of you? Which theory talks about this concept? A, quantity theory. B, Cambridge approach. C, Keynesian theory of money. D, A and B. So what is the theory that talks about it? The answer is very good, very good. Absolutely correct. It is C. Keynesian theory of money, which takes into account this concept that people demand to hold more balances to take advantage of the future changes in interest rate. That is nothing but the speculative motive of money is being captured in the Keynesian theory, right? So, Keynesian theory of money demand says that individuals hold money with three motives. One is transaction motive, that is to use money for carrying out transactions, and two, they also hold money for precautionary, so that in case they need any emergency in future, they need money, so they're going to hold money. This is the precautionary motive. And third is they are going to hold money for speculating the in line with the speculation of the future interest rates, right? That is a speculative motive. So based on three motives that individuals want to hold money, this is what is told in the Keynesian theory of money demand. But where you take the quantity theory of money, it only talks about one motive, that is the transactions motive. If you take the case of the Cambridge approach, it talks about two motives. One is the uh, transaction motive and other is the precautionary motive. But the Keynesian theory talks about all the three, that is transaction, precautionary, and the speculative motive. Next question is this. Savings deposit with post office savings bank is included in which of the following monetary aggregates? Very important question. Which of the monetary aggregates captures this? So savings deposit with post office saving bank is included in which of the following monetary aggregates? It is good job, guys. It is C. M2 captures the savings deposit with post office savings banks. Absolutely correct. So the Reserve Bank of India uses different concepts of money supply in India. Various aggregates along with M0, that is the reserve money. It uses M1, M2, and M3, M4, right? So M2 is going to capture the post office savings. So M2 is nothing but M1 plus post office savings. So let's know about this in the coming question too. For now, you have to understand that the office savings bank is going to be the savings deposit with post office savings bank is going to be part of the M2, right? Next question is this. Which of the following is the most liquid of all the monetary aggregates? A, M1, B, M2, C, M3, D, M4, E, M0. So which of the following is the most liquid? It is most liquid. It is A, M1. M0 is the reserve money. M1 is the most liquid of all the monetary aggregates, right? So what is M1 also called as? What is the other name for M1? Can I have quick answers from every one of you? What is M1 called as? It is the most liquid capital. It is also called as, guys, what is M1 also called as? Yes, absolutely correct. It is also called as narrow money, right? So it is also called as narrow money, and this is the most liquid of all the monetary aggregates. So what are all the components of M1? You see that it is going to include currency with public and the demand deposits of public in the banks, right? So currency component here, as you see, it is the most liquid component of the monetary aggregates, and currency component will include the coins and the notes in the circulation, and the demand deposit component is going to include demand the demand deposits with the banks, which can be withdrawn by them using checks, withdrawals, and ATM, right? Because these are the most easily demanded deposit. It can be easily we can get them from banks very easily. These are comparatively liquid component. So what are the different kinds of monetary supply aggregates that are used by RBI? It uses M0, M1, M2, M3, and M4, right? And as you see, M1 is called as the narrow money, M3 is called as the broad money. And these two are the most commonly used monetary aggregates for the policy purposes. So, if you have to talk about which of the measures are most commonly used for the policy purposes by RBI and also the government, it is going to take into account M1 and M3. M2 is not that, M2 and M4 are not that frequently used. So, what is M1? As we've seen, it is going to include currency with the public and demand deposits of the public with the bank. And M2 is going to include M1 plus post office savings deposits. savings deposits of the post office is going to be captured by M2. M3 includes M2 plus time deposits of the public with the banks, right? Not just demand deposit. It is M3 is also going to include time deposits of the public with the bank and also other deposits with RBI. And hence it is called as broad money. It's going to include lot of components of money supply, and that is the reason it is also called as broad money. And M4 is also going to include M3 plus all other deposits with the post office, not just the saving deposit, but all the deposits with the post office is going to be part of the M4, right? So, can you all tell me which of the following are included in the other deposits of RBA component of M1 and also M3? So, what are going to be included in this other deposits of RBA? A. Demand deposits. B. Currency. C. IMF or World Bank deposits. D. Interbank deposits. E. All of them. So, which of these are included in the other deposits of RBA? So it is a part of other deposits of RBI is included in reserve money or base money. That is M0. It is included in M1, not just in M1, right? So it is also part of M1 also. So what are all going to be component of other deposits? Yes, some of you got it correctly, and it is IMF and World Bank deposits are included as the other deposits of RBI. Let's quickly look at what are all going to be part of the other deposits. So demand deposits of the public financial institutions, demand deposits of the foreign central banks, and also international financial institutions like IMF, World Bank, etc. These are all going to be included in the other deposits. So what are all there? Demand deposits of the public financial institutions, and balances of the foreign central banks, governments are also going to be there in the other deposits. Accounts of the international agencies like IMF, World Bank are also be part of the other deposits. Apart from this, the provident, gratuity and the guarantee funds of the RBA staff are also part of the other deposits. So you have to remember that the provident and the gratuity fund of the RBA staff is also part of the other deposit, right? This is also an important component of the other deposits. Next question. The ratio of change in consumption to the change in income is referred as. Very simple question indeed. A. Investment function. B. Replacement function. C. Average propensity to consume. D. Marginal propensity to consume. E. None of the above. So what is the answer for this question? The answer is yes, beautiful. It is marginal propensity to consume. The ratio of the change in consumption to the change in income is referred as marginal propensity to consume. As you see, the formula for marginal propensity to consume is nothing but how much does the consumer spending change whenever our income is changing. That is going to be captured as a part of the marginal propensity to consume. In economics, as you see, marginal propensity to consume is a metric that is going to talk about or quantify induced consumption. That is a consumption that is happening because of the increase in the disposable income. And what is disposable income? It is nothing but personal income minus taxes. So whenever you're going to minus the direct taxes from the disposable from the personal income, you get the disposable income, right? So whenever our disposable income is going to increase, how much we change our consumption, how much is the consumption increasing, that is what is going to be captured by MPC. So as you see, the proportion of disposable income which individuals spend on consumption, overall consumption, is going to be called as propensity to consume. But whereas we are talking about a proportion of the additional income that is resulting in the change in consumption, not the overall consumption, but how much has the consumption changed, then you go for MPC. And according to Keynes, the MPC or the marginal propensity to consume is less than 1. So you can use that as an example also. For example, if a household earns $1 as extra, right? This is not a total income. So earlier the household was actually getting an income as $35, and today they are getting $36. So there's one extra dollar. So this one extra dollar of disposable income is leading to how much of the extra consumption. So if the marginal propensity to consume is 0.65%, it means that the household is going to spend 65 cents and save 35 cents, right? So that is what 0.65 or marginal propensity of consumption is going to mean. Hope it is clear to you, all of you guys, right? Thank you so much. And let's take the exercise questions. Let me read out that, and I want every one of you to give the answers in the comment section so that we can take up them in the next video too. Which of the following are the part of the calculation of the disposable personal income? I've also already mentioned about the same. Disposable personal income is equal to personal income minus direct taxes, personal per capita income minus direct taxes, personal income minus indirect taxes, per capita income minus the indirect taxes. So please leave the option. Which of the following is also called as factor payment method? A, value added method; B, income method; C, expenditure method; D, A and B, E, B and C. Last question, which of the following factors does not influence the autonomous investment? A, income; B, government policies; C, innovation; D, change in population; E, all of the above. So leave these answers in the comment section and I'll be taking up this in the next video too. So don't worry guys, if you are thinking that the PDFs are not yet available, it will be made available. Please don't worry about it. We will ensure that you get the PDFs very, very quickly. Already we have done the same for the management and also for the finance section. We'll make it available for the companies section, Companies Act 2, and also for the economic section. For the economic section, you will be getting them as soon as we complete the entire revision series, right? So I want every one of you to make a note of that. At Oliveboard, we have got a complete online cracker course which can help you and strengthen your SEBI Grade A preparation, and use the P30 coupon which will help you get the 30% discount. And also, as I told, the upcoming events for the coming week will help you prepare for SEBI Grade A also, and also RBA Grade B. So one is the revision section series for the economic section, which happens Monday to Thursday at 6 p.m. And other is the current affairs lecture series for SEBI Grade A Phase 1 every Wednesday at 7 p.m. And the government schemes lecture series for Phase 2 RBA Grade B every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. And also current affairs lecture series for RBA Grade B Phase 2 every Tuesday at 7 p.m. You will find the links for all of these in the description box below. Thank you so much, guys. If you found the video useful, please hit the like button and also subscribe to Oliveboard to stay updated with the SEBI Grade A and also RBI Grade B preparation. Thank you so much, everyone. And as I told you, we'll get the PDFs very, very quickly for the Companies Act. And as soon as the economic section revision is over, you will be getting for the economic section. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great learning experience.